From Thom Hartmann's Daily Take Substack. Why are airport managers risking their jobs to air GOP propaganda? Kristi Noem's shutdown blame game video could cost them fines and their livelihood. Published October 14th, 2025. The following is a song inspired by this article.
Well, I turned on the news at the airport gate, and there she was smiling a little too late. Kristi Noem on the screen talking shutdown lies while her puppy's ghost howls from Dakota skies. Now the airport man says it's just a PSA, but the Hatch Act says, boy, that's not okay. They're playing politics on taxpayer time, broadcasting spin as if it's fine. Oh, Kristi Noem, with your outlaw charm, you shot your dog and you broke the farm. Now you're flying high with your airport crew, risking your jobs for the party view. She's got airports humming her partisan tune under lightning bolts and a blood-red moon. But the law don't bend for a governor's grin. You can't keep your job when you play that spin. They say politics ain't worth your pay, but the Hatch Act says you might lose it today. Oh, Kristi, your puppy done knew that power corrupts and it's coming for you. Now the planes are flying through a stormy sky, and airport folks might wave goodbye. So next time you're flying and you see that screen, remember, the paycheck's tied to keeping it clean, even for Kristi Noem.
Airport managers need to wake up fast. With only a handful of exceptions, people running airports across America are risking serious fines and being barred from government work for up to 5 years by broadcasting political messaging on behalf of DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. Federal law, the Hatch Act, makes it a crime, punishable by fines and loss of current and future employment, to use government facilities or taxpayer money for partisan political purposes. Yet, Noem, who has earned her national reputation as a puppy killer, and by cosplaying, quote, tough cop, end quote, with her alleged boyfriend, they're both married to other people, has pushed out a video to airports across the country blaming Democrats for the current shutdown. This is not just a violation of federal law. It's also a bald-faced lie. Republicans today control the House, the Senate, the White House, and the Supreme Court. If Senate Majority Leader John Thune wanted to end the shutdown, he could do so this afternoon. All it would take is the same maneuver Republicans have used repeatedly: a Senate rules change allowing the passage of their continuing resolution to keep the government open, using only 50 votes plus the vice president. We've seen it before. Betsy DeVos only became the Secretary of Education because Mike Pence broke a 50-50 tie in the Senate. Jeff Sessions squeaked through a 52-47 as Attorney General Rex Tillerson and Tom Price were confirmed with slim margins. And when it came to the Supreme Court, Mitch McConnell killed the filibuster to ram through Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. Democrats, by contrast, failed when they tried to change the rules to pass the For the People Act and John Lewis Voting Rights Acts. Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin sided with Republicans to prevent the filibuster, betraying the public interest. So let's be clear. This shutdown is not a matter of Senate procedure. Republicans have the power to end it today. They're choosing not to because they want to strip health care from millions, while protecting their $4 trillion tax cuts for billionaires. The 1939 Hatch Act, upheld by the Supreme Court in CSC versus Letter Carriers, outlaws the practice of federal officials converting government facilities into campaign machines. Its penalties are real: removal from service, disbarment, suspensions, reprimands, and fines. Some airport managers understand this, which is why several are refusing to air Noam's message. As of today, at least 7 airports have declined to run the video at TSA checkpoints, citing policies and laws that prohibit political messaging in publicly funded facilities. Portland International Airport Management informed the local ABC News affiliate, quote, "We believe the Hatch Act clearly prohibits using public assets for political purposes and messaging," end quote. The Washington Post reports that Buffalo, Charlotte, Cleveland, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Seattle, and Portland have all also said no, with at least 2 explicitly pointing to the Hatch Act as the reason. By distributing this video, Noam has implicated not just herself, but also airport managers nationwide, most of whom are now breaking federal law by broadcasting it. They face personal liability, including fines and disbarment from government work. That they've gone along with Noam reflects how normalized lawbreaking has become in today's Republican politics, led by a 34 times convicted felon and alleged rapist. The lie about the shutdown itself compounds the crime. Citizens in a democracy must be able to trust their government to tell the truth about who is responsible for policy decisions and why they're done. When those in power use public money to gaslight the public, accountability collapses. This is exactly why the Hatch Act exists. There is precedent for enforcement of the act even at the highest levels. The Office of Special Counsel recommended Kellyanne Conway be fired for repeated Hatch Act violations. Trump ignored it. He also ignored the law when his administration used the White House for the Republican National Convention and when he and Elon Musk were out in front of it to hustle Teslas. Republicans have apparently learned that if they break the law and face no consequences, the law effectively ceases to exist. If Democrats are serious about defending both the rule of law and what's left of America's democracy, they must insist on prosecutions. That means removal from office for Noam, who claims against the propagandists who produced and distributed the video, and charges against airport managers who continue broadcasting it. Anything less signals that the Hatch Act and the rest of the American law that could restrain Trump and his lickspittles is dead letter. This is not a partisan point. Imagine if a Democratic administration produced a video blaming Republicans for a shutdown, then forced airports to broadcast it. Republicans would be demanding prosecutions, and rightly so. The law must apply equally, or it means nothing at all. Kristi Noem needs to stop lying. She needs to stop breaking the law. And Democrats need to stop pretending this is, quote, politics as usual, end quote. It's not. These are crimes designed to shift blame for a shutdown that is entirely the responsibility of the Republican Party, which could end it tomorrow with 51 votes in the Senate. If there is no accountability now, America will slide further toward a future where propaganda is pumped through every government-owned screen and speaker. That is what has happened to Russia and Hungary, where public spaces are saturated with partisan messaging and independent voices silenced. The Hatch Act was written to prevent that fate here. It must be enforced, with indictments, prosecutions, and disbarment, before it's too late.